Hey guys, Simon here from Pure Lightness. So, I want to talk to you guys about something because it's something that's been pissing me off for quite a few years now. I've been working in the metaphysical industry, in the spiritual industry for over close to 30 years now. And I've done a lot of study, I've done a lot of work, I've studied things from shamanism, crystal healing, kinesiology, access consciousness, so many different modalities. And there's a lot of information out there that has been created, and there's a lot of stuff that just, when I hear it, I'm like, I don't know about this stuff. And it seems like a lot of people are kind of like, especially in the crystal industry, so I'm going to speak to the crystal industry, is that people tend to be quite frightened about worrying about buying fake crystals or things like, I'll talk about citrine, like heat-treated citrine, heat-treated amethyst sold as citrine. So most people don't or do know, but in order for citrine to naturally occur, when it's in the ground, it starts as amethyst, and then the environment, for whatever is going on there, it will heat up the area, and it will naturally turn into citrine. So all citrine starts off as amethyst and then slowly kind of warms up and becomes citrine. And there's a lot of fear around, oh my god, this is like. And so what they started doing in Brazil 30 years ago was they started heating up the amethyst, baking the amethyst in a slow temperature in an oven, hence creating known as heat treated citrine. And a lot of people are like, oh my god, it means that it's not real citrine and stuff. Like, I think people get so worried about the little details in stuff, and they forget that, like, if it had occurred in a different temperature, it would have actually been citrine. So whether the energies are the same as citrine and amethyst is going to be different to everyone. But just what if it's not about actually being that hyper vigilant about what's out there and the information that's out there too? There's a lot of stuff about, and I get people don't want to buy, and there's a whole movement, and I'll say this, there's a whole movement out there about man-made stones, and how man-made stones don't have energy or are not as powerful. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Are you man-made? Do you have power? Do you have energy? So that's the thing, is there's a lot of people kind of go to, oh well, these crystals, or the thing of like natural versus polished stones, what's better? The thing at the end of the day is it's actually personal preference and what vibes with you. I've got some beautiful pieces. I've got a beautiful sapphire that was the guy that actually made the ring. He found the stone where he was fossicking. He'd been walking over that area for years and years, and decided to stop and fossick in that area, and actually found this sapphire, and then he turned it into a ring himself. Now, people say that things like, polished stones aren't as powerful as raw stones or whatever it is. But it's really, at the end of the day, it's actually looking at what's true for you, what actually kind of sits and resonates with you, because there is so much fear out there around, like, don't work with this energy, work with this energy, don't do this is going to happen, this bad thing's going to happen if you don't cleanse your crystals, or whatever it is. What if it's not that friggin' serious? What if it's not that bad? What if we don't have to be living in that world of like almost hyper vigilance of avoiding certain things and worrying about negative and positive and all that kind of stuff? So this is a really long video that I wanted to make and have wanted to make for years around like for me personally, I've stopped listening to what other people tell me, and I actually kind of just go, listen. I'm open to hearing other people's opinions and stuff, but if it's fear based or if it's like that kind of energy, I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm good. Like having a crystal, we don't need to cleanse our crystals every day. Like the energy that they're usually picking up on is probably from us or in our environment. So the thing is like, what if you just actually started looking at what's true for you and going, does this resonate? Does this feel right to me? Because there is so much information being regurgitated and put out there that is just kind of fear-based or just doesn't resonate. And if you're willing to kind of be present with yourself and go, hey, this just doesn't read, like it sounds, I get the theory behind it, but it just doesn't read or it doesn't vibe. Like, what if you actually started trusting what you knew about things? And even the thing is even with that is we go, well, I haven't been working with, for some people, I mean, I've been working with crystals for 30 years now. But some people are like, well, I don't know that much about crystals, or I don't know that much about energy, or whatever it is. What if you actually did? Like, what the place where you actually start empowering yourself is to trust what you know and asking yourself, actually, what do I know here? What feels true to me? And in that place, you can actually start to really empower yourself to know how to work with energetics and know what's actually true for you, because a lot of information out there might not actually be true for you. It might be true for the people creating it, but it doesn't mean that that's actually true and your truth. And the thing is Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about your personality creates your personal reality. Yeah. So it's basically like any point of view that you actually believe to be true about how the world functions energetically, or whatever, is what you will react out and what you will see. And that's what you tend to manifest. You always manifest your personal reality, even if it's a shitty one and you're like, why am I doing this? This is terrible. Like, why do I have to keep creating myself as broke, or whatever it is? Or, you know, why do I always get my heart broken? That's usually a point of view that we have, that we're running inside our mind and inside our world. And if we're willing to be present with it, we can actually find out what that thing is, and then just be present with it and see if we want to change it. So this has turned into a really long video. I really apologize for that, but I really wanted to put this information out there because I think people know far more than they realize, and it's so easy to turn to someone else and go, hey, what do you think about this? And then we just take on what they say verbatim, and then we start sharing that information too. And it's like, so what if we actually started acknowledging and trusting what we knew is true for us? And how many lifetimes have you actually worked with energy and crystals and all this stuff and kind of haven't really acknowledged it? Because there are lifetimes and lifetimes of so much beautiful knowledge there that if you're willing to be present with what's true for you, you will find out, and you'll empower yourself to places that you didn't know was possible. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped someone. It's something that I'm really passionate about, is just finding out what's true for you and finding out what resonates with you based from a place where that actually creates more peace in your world, not more anxiety. So thanks for watching.